Dean, the first game of the EFL season is almost upon us. How are you and the team feeling ahead of a massive day for the football club?
I think as a football club, we're extremely excited, especially as supporters. I'm delighted for the Cliantos family and the support they give us, especially in my time over the last 4 years. And the main thing for me personally is just, it is another game. I have to treat it that way. It's the start of what's going to be an absolute marathon, 46 games. But I know everyone's excited and we're proud to get to this point, but we want to make a big impact on the division.
I know you said you've got to treat it like just another game, but the game is on Sky Main Event for those who can't join us. Does that just add to the sense of occasion?
I think that just tells us we're in the EFL, even from the game the other night, that was on Sky as well. So it's exciting. But my job is to make sure the players are at it, and our supporters' job, like they did on the whole my round here, is to get right behind the players and be the 12th man, and I know they'll do that tomorrow.
You mentioned the other night, we do come off the back of a disappointing result against Newport in the Carabao Cup preliminary round, despite showing incredible spirit to bring the game back to 2-2. What can we take from that going into this fixture?
I think our dominance was excellent. Definitely the spirit and that never say die attitude, which we've definitely got within our camp. And I think the subs made a huge impact on the game, and the fact that you could see some of their players getting cramped showed you how much we wore them down. The disappointing thing is the 2 goals we gave away and how they got in them positions to score them goals. They were all avoidable, and we've spoken, watched that with the players, and it's something we have to learn from fast. And full credit to them lads who scored them goals. They were 2 fantastic strikes, but in my opinion they shouldn't be getting them if we're going to make an impact on the division. So it's another good test for us tomorrow. Pete's side is very defensive minded, very well organised. I know Pete from his days at Halifax. He's one of the good guys in the game, so I'm looking forward to seeing him.
You mentioned the 2 subs there. Obviously, you're really pleased with the impact of Ryan Galvin and Reece Brown. And what did you make of the goals as well themselves?
Yeah, 2 excellent goals. Yeah, great cross. Obviously, sustained pressure for the first goal. Great cross by Kane Smith. Real quality. We know he's got that. We'd like to see more of these new players on the pitch, but they're still in that pre-season phase. If I'm being totally honest with you, I think Kane's been with us 2.5 weeks. So great cross. Galv ran the goal and took his goal really well. And obviously Brownie does what he does. He drifts the goal. He gets himself in them kill zones, and he managed to get himself ahead. A great cross by Idris, and sort of 60 seconds left, which there was then when we got back to 2-1. We showed incredible. Incredible. There was a great phase within that. I think their player got the ball on the right hand side, right in front of their supporters, halfway line, and Kane Smith and Adam Senior went over and pinched it back and forced the throw in, and from that we built the pressure. I think we had about 40 seconds left. So I speak about that quite a lot. I remember games like Dagenham and stuff like that last year where we scored late. We scored late against Forest Green last year. It just shows we can do it, but we don't want to be giving ourselves a mountain to climb, and I was very proud of that.
Some fans were singling out Idris Kanu for his individual performance. Just how far do you think Idris has come?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for Idris now is to score more goals. He's come a long way. This is top player. It's very powerful, very reliable defensively. Put a great cross in, obviously, for that equaliser. He's one of them players that leaves everything out on the pitch and gives his all. So if we can get him on the back post a bit more, get him scoring goals. He had a good opportunity. We were in the game. He got on the back post and he volleyed it, and I felt he should have headed it when we were early in the second half. So we want him to score more goals because I know he can do that.
Hit the post as well, didn't he?
He come inside, good save by the goalkeeper, excellent save by the way, by the goalkeeper come inside, great finish and good save, yeah. But he has them actions, he can do that. So we've set him a target, he's trying to get himself double figures this year, so if he can do that, he'll have an amazing season.
On a personal note for you, this is your first season managing in the EFL. What would constitute a successful season in your book?
Just one game at a time, I'll be totally honest with you. That's very important to me because I know how quick this business can change. I've been doing it a long time. I've managed a lot of games, not in the EFL, but I've managed a lot of games. I've been doing it nearly 14 years now. I'm coming up to my 14th year. So I've done the hard yards to get to this level, and I want to make an impact at it. I've done my apprenticeship. I started off in the Southern Premier, which is step 7 in the English game, so I'm very proud to get here and everyone that supported me to get here, but I don't want to rest on my laurels because I know how quick it can change, and it's a survival business management. It's some people are quite crazy to go into it, and you can see myself, I'm 45 but I'm grey as hell now, so it's a stressful business, but they're the demands I put on myself and the demands I put on the team. So I know this team can make a good impact at the level, but we just got to keep our feet firmly on the ground. My job is to keep improving it. I think we definitely upgraded the squad from last season. That's no disrespect to last year's team, and we just want to get some of our key players back, and we definitely want to get some of the new players we signed in and around the team as quick as possible.
You touched on it a bit earlier. We saw last season in the National League a lot of teams come and sit back, looking to frustrate us. But your side usually tend to find a way through. How will you look to counteract that with teams who will likely be more physical and perhaps better organised?
I wouldn't say better organised. It's just an upgrade in player. There's a lot of good managers in the National League, lots of them, and it's just the upgrade of level. It's as simple as that. There is more resources at the level, we all know that, and there probably is a couple of more powerful teams at the level. But what I'd say is we'll be one of the dominant sides. I think we'll be in the top 3 in possession in the division, and we'll play to my philosophy, they're my beliefs. That's how I believe we should play football, and I'll stick to them beliefs till the day I die. But what I'd say from our point of view, we need to be more clinical in the top end. Our 10s have got to contribute more goals. Our wide players have got to contribute more goals as well, and our 9 obviously has to do that as well. So we'll stick to the way we play. I know a lot of teams in this division are happy without the ball, but that's another way of playing football. When I first got here, I had to do that here for the first basically 2 years until I could evolve the team. So the last 2 years we've been a very dominant side, and I expect us to do the same in this division.
Despite your very strong philosophy, it doesn't stop quite a few fans going shoot from quite far out. What would you say to them?
Well, the tactic really, if you shoot from distance and the teams counter-attack on you because you lose control because of that shot. And not many times do people score and stick it into the top bin. So there is phases where we do shoot from them areas, but we want to shoot from a more controlled position so it keeps us in control and stops counter-attacks.
Much like ourselves, Fleetwood have strengthened over the summer with Will Davis and James Norwood, 2 notable additions. What kind of threat do you think Fleetwood will pose tomorrow?
Yeah, they've got good power, very well organised, extremely well organised, especially defensively. And they're a seasoned side in League 2. They've been in League 1 previously as well. So I know Pete's an excellent manager. So it's going to be a tough test. I think we're going to have to be patient. I think the first goal is very important, like it is in any game. And I know they'll be set up to try hurt us on the counter-attack. So it's going to be an intriguing game.
And finally, could you provide us with an update on any injuries?
Well, great news. Callum Stead's back in the squad, which is it's like God has come to me there. We all know Steady's a huge player for us, and we've missed him the last 4 or 5 weeks. So we're delighted to have him back. Ollie Hawkins will be back in the squad as well, which is a huge importance to us after he had a family issue during the week. And we've no real new injury concerns, which is good. We've got some good minutes into Namdi this week, some good training minutes, Namdi Offerborg. So we'll see if we involve him tomorrow. But I'd expect in the next 2-3 weeks for us to have everybody back. Nick Tavares is still out. Owen Evans will be back in the squad as well, which is very important. So he's a key player for us. So bit by bit we're starting to get key players back, and the new players we signed will get more training minutes into their legs. So we'll see what team we go with tomorrow.
Well, thanks very much for your time, Dean, and best of luck tomorrow.